Okay, folks, gather around and let me spill the tea on communal. This place is like the cool kid in high school, trendy, delicious, and everyone wants to hang out there. First off, it's got a menu that's as unpredictable as a teenager with a new crush. They switch it up like a magician pulling rabbits out of hats. One day, you're feasting on cherry Brussels sprouts that taste like candy. The next, it's a mystery waffle that looks like a funeral potato but, let's be honest, belongs in a horror movie. But hey, don't let the roller coaster menu scare you away. The ridey is so tender, it'll melt in your mouth like a Dairy Queen blizzard on a hot summer day. And those buttermilk mashed potatoes. They're like clouds that danced on my tongue and sang hallelujah. The atmosphere is cozy, like a grandma's house on a snowy winter night. But don't be fooled by the warm ambience, because those tables are so close together, you'll be able to hear the couple next door's love story or their divorce proceedings. It's like a live soap opera. Now, about the staff. They're like the cheerleaders of the restaurant world, friendly, helpful, and always ready to give you the scoop on the latest gossip. They'll even offer to fix that overcooked scone, which is a nice gesture, but let's face it, they probably should have checked it before it left the kitchen. And get this, their ginger ale is like liquid gold. It's so good, I almost wanted to order a bathtub full of it and bathe in its deliciousness. So, there you have it, folks. Communal, a restaurant that's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, but you can bet it'll be an adventure. Just be prepared to open your wallet wide because this place ain't cheap. But hey, who needs a down payment on a house when you can have a meal that'll make your taste buds breakdance? Welcome to Block Restaurant, where the food is delicious, the prices are steep, and the chairs sing. Prepare yourself for a culinary adventure that will leave your taste buds dancing and your wallet crying. At Block Restaurant, the menu rotates as often as a disco ball, so you're guaranteed a unique experience with every visit. Start your evening with the block toast, a dish so good, it'll make a woodchuck chuck its wood. It's got heat, it's got balance, it's got a bacon apple jam rhythm that will have you dancing the night away. For the main event, try the spring trout dish. It's like a symphony of flavors, with the trout playing the lead role, the chorizo tomato jam providing the spice, and the gnocchi carrying the melody. And don't forget the chocolate cake, a dessert so decadent, it'll make you channel your inner Willy Wonka. But be warned, my fellow diners, the chairs at Block Restaurant are like a choir of crickets. Every time you move, they serenade you with a screeching symphony that will make your teeth chatter. It's like having a percussion section at your dining table. And speaking of tables, the service can be a little hit or miss. Sometimes, you'll have a server who's so knowledgeable, they could write a book about the menu. Other times, you'll get a newbie who couldn't tell a duck breast from a chicken breast unless it was by the sound it makes when you chew on it. But overall, Block Restaurant is a dining experience that will leave you satisfied, slightly poorer, and wondering if you should bring earplugs next time. So gather your friends, dress to impress, and prepare for a night of culinary delights, overpriced surprises, and chair-squeaking tunes. Because at Block Restaurant, it's not just the food that's entertaining, it's the chairs, too. Black Sheep Cafe, where the flavors blacked out and the service is platinum y'all, this place is the bomb. Black Sheep Cafe in Provo is like a rap battle in your mouth with flavors that'll make your taste buds do the running man. First off, let's chat about the food. The tacos are like a fiesta in your stomach, with the Navajo tacos being the headliner. Picture this, a crispy fried base, piled high with chunks of pork, a spicy green chili sauce that's got more kick than a donkey on steroids, and a side of rice and beans. It's like a party in your mouth, and everyone's invited. The filet mignon bruschetta is like a James Bond of appetizers, dressed to impress with mashed potatoes, veggies, filet mignon, and basil. It's so fancy, it could raise the dead. But wait, there's more. The GOAT burger, Black Sheep burger, and bacon blue cheeseburger are like the Avengers of burgers, each with their own unique flavor combo that'll make you want to shout "Wicked forever." And let's not forget the rosemary fries. They're crispy, golden, and seasoned with a dash of magic that'll make you think you're in a culinary wonderland. Service. Let me tell you, these folks are A-listers. They'll greet you with a smile as bright as a Vegas neon sign, and they'll make sure you're taken care of from appetizers to dessert. Atmosphere. It's like a cozy jazz club meets a hip-hop dance party. It's lively, but not deafening, and the decor is a mashup of modern and rustic that'll make you think you're in a Wes Anderson movie. So, there you have it, my fellow foodies. Black Sheep Cafe is not just a restaurant, it's an experience. It's where you go when you want your taste buds to have a party and your belly to thank you. Just remember, reservations are a must, cause this place is hotter than a summer in Hades. And if you're lucky enough to snag a table, be prepared to be amazed by flavors that'll make you forget about your haters and dance like nobody's watching. The Brunch House, where the food is so good, you'll forget your diet for a week. Prepare to have your taste buds blown away and your belt buckle begging for mercy at the Brunch House. This culinary haven is like the Disneyland of breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with enough food to feed an entire village. Their appetizers alone are worth the visit. The loaded baked potato skins are so irresistibly cheesy, you'll swear you're eating a slice of heaven. And let's not forget about their tomahawk steak, which is so tender, you could cut it with a butter knife. It's like a juicy, prehistoric pterodactyl that you can devour in one glorious bite. But don't just take my word for it. One reviewer was so impressed, they had the audacity to compare their food to hospital food. Yes, you read that right. They said it was better than hospital food but twice the price. I mean, come on. Hospital food is like eating cardboard, so that's not exactly the highest compliment. And for those of you who are more health conscious, fear not. Their Veggie Delight skillet is packed with so many vegetables, you'll feel like you're eating a salad in a skillet. It's the perfect way to get your greens while still satisfying your brunch cravings. Just be warned, the portions at the Brunch House are so massive, you might need to loosen your pants before you go. I mean, unless you want to end up looking like a human sausage after your meal. Speaking of service, the staff at the Brunch House is so friendly and attentive, they'll make you feel like royalty. Seriously, they even bring the payment system to your table, so you don't have to awkwardly fumble for your wallet while trying to avoid eye contact with the cashier. So, if you're looking for a brunch, lunch, or dinner experience that will leave you with a satisfied grin and a full belly, the Brunch House is the place for you. Just remember to wear stretchy pants and prepare yourself for a food coma that will last for days. Taste, where chocolatry reaches new heights. So, Provo, you've got a sweet tooth dilemma. Enter Taste, a chocolate paradise where even the most hardened sugar abstainers will find their willpower melting like a summer's day ice cream cone. Imagine stepping into a museum of edible masterpieces, where each bite is an avant-garde experience. Their chocolate tasting is like a backstage pass to Willy Wonka's factory minus the Oompa Loompas and potential for bodily harm. You'll learn how to properly slurp, swirl, and savor each delectable morsel, like a sommelier for the sweet stuff. But hold on to your hats, my dears, because the chocolate is just the tip of the iceberg. Their afternoon tea is a symphony of flavors. The tiny cucumber sandwiches are like a British invasion of your taste buds, while the scones are so light and fluffy, you'll question your own sanity for ever eating any other type of bread. And let's not forget the chocolate bars. They're like Instagram models for candy all wrapped up in pretty packaging and begging to be devoured. Just be warned, if you're a fan of chocolate with anything crunchy, be prepared for some stale surprises. But hey, at least you'll get your daily dose of fiber. Now, about the service. While the servers are lovely, there's a curious phenomenon that occurs when the place is empty. They simply vanish. It's like they're part of some secret spy organization with an emergency bat signal for when they're needed. But let's not dwell on the minor setbacks. Because at the end of the day, Taste is a culinary wonderland where your taste buds will scream for joy. It's the perfect destination for a romantic date, a decadent afternoon tea with the girls, or simply a day of shameless chocolate indulgence. So, my fellow foodies, embrace your inner gluttony and head on down to task. Just don't forget to bring a stretchy waistband. Yo, check it out. Mozz in Provo, Utah. This place is like the Kevin Hart of pizza joints. It's funny, but it's also real deal. Let's talk about the food. They got this Serrano pizza that'll make you want to steal a slice from the Pope himself. It's like a party in your mouth, with cheesy beats, garlic rhythms, and salami solos. I wanted to take it home and tuck it in for the night. It was that good. Me pops, who's usually as loyal to Domino's as a dog is to its bone, was blown away. He looked like a fish out of water, trying to figure out how pizza could be so darn tasty. I was like, Pops, this ain't no Pizza Hut, this is utopia. The service. They're like the warm-up comedians before the main event. They got jokes, they're friendly, and they'll even take a selfie with you if you ask nicely. The atmosphere. It's like a fancy art gallery, but instead of paintings, they got pizzas. It's clean, it's pretty, and it'll make you feel like you're dining in the Sistine Chapel of Pizza. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did hear some rumors about their Caesar salad being a little salty. But hey, if it had been unsalted, I wouldn't have been able to use it as a salt lick for my Cheetos. Overall, Mozz is the GOAT of pizza in Provo. It's funny, it's delish, and it'll make you want to dance the Macarena with a slice in your hand. Peace out, pizza lovers. Slate Restaurant, where comfort food gets a makeover. You know, I've been to a lot of restaurants, and I've seen it all. But Slate Restaurant in Provo is not just another brick in the wall. It's like the Mona Lisa with a mohawk, classic flavors, but with a modern twist that'll make your taste buds do a backflip. From breakfast to dinner, they've got your comfort food cravings covered. But don't expect your grandma's meatloaf here. Their dishes are like a symphony of flavors, with ingredients that sing in perfect harmony. And they're not afraid to experiment with dietary restrictions, so even your gluten-free, vegan, or paleo pals can join the party. The atmosphere is like a cozy library with high ceilings, perfect for a romantic rendezvous or a small gathering with your squad. And their server, Mason, is like the conductor of this culinary orchestra. Even when it's slow as molasses in January, he's running the show like a maestro, with a smile that could light up a dark alley. Now, let's talk about the food. The salmon was like a buttery angel on a plate, but the real star was the wild mushroom risotto. I could have eaten a whole bucket of that stuff. It was like a festival in my mouth, with every bite a celebration. The bison burger. Imagine a burger that tastes like a steak, but without the price tag. It was juicy, flavorful, and so not gamey. And the cedar planked trout. It tasted like the freshest fish that had just jumped out of the ocean and onto my plate. Now, about that wine. In Utah, they serve it in tiny sips, like they're teasing you. But hey, it's still wine, so I'll take what I can get. The only downside. My bad, I forgot to check in on Yelp for a discount. So, learn from my mistake and remember to cash in on that freebie. Overall, Slate Restaurant is like a comedian who knows how to deliver the punchline with a side of sophistication. It's comfort food, but elevated a culinary experience that'll leave you laughing and satisfied. I'm not sure why this place isn't called Molly's Monastery, because everyone here looks so peaceful and happy once they've eaten their food. I came expecting good food, but I left feeling like I had visited my grandma's kitchen after Sunday service. The smoked meats are so tender, they practically melt in your mouth. And the sides. Don't even get me started on the sides. The mashed potatoes are whipped to perfection and covered in a velvety French gravy that will make you question everything you thought you knew about gravy. The corn is like the kind you get at the fair, but somehow even better. And the spinach salad. It's so fresh and flavorful, I could eat an entire bowl of it. But let's talk about the real star of the show, the chocolate cream cheesecake. This is not your average cheesecake. It's a symphony of flavors that will leave you wondering if you've died and gone to dessert heaven. The chocolate is rich and decadent, and the cream cheese is light and fluffy. Together, they create a perfect balance that will make you want to lick your plate clean. Now, here's the catch. Molly's is only open for lunch, and they're closed on Mondays. So, plan accordingly. But trust me, it's worth clearing your schedule for. For this food, I'd show up in a chicken costume, sing Bohemian Rhapsody in its entirety, and even do a little dance for the people in line behind me. In short, Molly's is the kind of place where you can go for a great meal and leave feeling like you've gained a new family. Just be prepared to wait in line. I mean, who wouldn't want to eat food that makes you happy? It's like the fountain of youth, but in plate form. So, get ready to join the Molly's cult and experience the dining nirvana that is this Provo gem. Fellow food enthusiasts, prepare to have your taste buds transported to the culinary paradise that is your new BFF. Let me tell you, this place is like a Filipino buffet but without the questionable jello salad. When you step inside, you're greeted by the aroma of 1,000 spices and the warmth of 1,000 suns. It's like being wrapped in a cozy blanket of delicious smells. But don't let the heat fool you. It's the perfect temperature for enjoying your meal without sweating like a pig. The menu is a veritable encyclopedia of Filipino fare. It's like a culinary treasure hunt, with each dish representing a different adventure. My personal recommendation is the 3-combo plate. It's like a sampler platter for your taste buds, giving you a taste of the Philippines' greatest hits. The chicken adobo will make you question everything you thought you knew about chicken. It's so tender and flavorful, it's like biting into a cloud of pure joy. The sinigang, a sour and savory soup, is the perfect antidote to a long day. And the chicken curry will transport you to a tropical paradise, complete with the sound of crashing waves and the smell of jasmine. But wait, there's more. The Halo Halo, a shaved ice dessert, is a masterpiece. It's like a party in your mouth, with layers of ice, milk, and all sorts of sweet and savory toppings. I could eat it every day and never get tired of it. Oh, and let's not forget the karaoke. Grab the mic and belt out your favorite Filipino tunes while you wait for your food. Just be prepared to hear some off-key renditions of My Way. Overall, your new BFF is the perfect place to experience the vibrant flavors of the Philippines. It's affordable, delicious, and has a vibe that's so chill, you'll feel like you're hanging out with your bfs. Just don't be surprised if you start calling the owner Mama Billy by the end of the night. You know how your mom used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, that doesn't apply to restaurant reviews. So here goes nothing. The Wash in Provo is a great place to go if you're looking for a comfortable place to hang out, order your food on an iPad, and avoid the awkwardness of waiting for everyone else's food to arrive. Oh, and if you're cool with burnt waffles and cookies, this is your heaven. The ambience is fun and hip, which means it's loud enough to drown out your pretentious friend's latest Instagram rant, but not so loud that you can't hear your own thoughts. The seating is comfy, which means you'll probably fall asleep during your meal and wake up just in time to order more burnt waffles. The menu is full of non-alcoholic, fun drinks, which means you can get your sugar fix without worrying about getting a DUI. I highly recommend the Nojito, which is basically a mojito without the rum. It's like a virgin mojito, but without the stigma. The portions are HUGE, which means you'll probably only need to order one item and you'll still have leftovers for breakfast. The Paizuki is a must-try, especially if you're a fan of Grand Canyon ice cream. It's like a cookie and a brownie had a baby, and then that baby grew up to be a giant, delicious monster. The only downside to the Wash is the cramped parking lot with one exit entrance. It's like a game of Tetris, but with cars. But hey, it's worth the hassle for the burnt waffles and the fun and hip ambience. Overall, the Wash is a great place to go if you're looking for a comfortable place to hang out, order your food on an iPad, and avoid the awkwardness of waiting for everyone else's food to arrive. Just be sure to bring your patience for the parking lot and your appetite for burnt waffles. Bombay House, where spice meets laughter. Step into Bombay House and prepare for a culinary adventure that will tickle your taste buds and your funny bone. Picture this: as you enter, the aroma of exotic spices tantalizes your nostrils, promising a feast for the senses. But before you can savor the scents, you'll be greeted by Ajay, the doorman who can best be described as a stand-up comedian in a turban. He'll crack jokes that could make even a spice aficionado lose their spice. Inside, the ambience is a delightful blend of India and improv. Dim lighting sets the mood, Bollywood tunes tickle your ears, and the vibrant murals on the walls depict legendary Indian sitcoms. You'll feel like you've stepped into the set of a Bollywood movie, except with more non and laughter. The menu is a veritable encyclopedia of Indian cuisine. From spicy to mild, vegetarian to carnivorous, they've got something to satisfy every palate. And their chicken tikka masala. It's like a symphony of flavors dancing on your tongue, with a secret ingredient that makes even seasoned foodies shed a tear of joy. Or is it the chili peppers? But let's talk about the garlic naan. It's not just bread, it's a culinary masterpiece. Soft, fluffy, and with just the right amount of garlic, it's the perfect companion to any dish. Just be warned, after a bite, you'll be tempted to order an entire basket and become the garlic breath champion of Provo. And if you're feeling adventurous, try the onion bhaji. It's like a party in your mouth, with onions, chickpea batter, and 2 delicious sauces that will make your taste buds do the salsa. It's the perfect appetizer for when you want to impress your date or simply show off your culinary prowess. But remember, spice levels at Bombay House are no joke. If you're a spice novice, start with mild and work your way up. Otherwise, you might find yourself ordering a glass of milk and begging for mercy. As you dine, you'll notice the impeccable service. The staff will treat you like royalty, even if your jokes fall flatter than a chicken korma. They'll refill your drinks, laugh at your feeble attempts at Indian accents, and make sure your experience is as perfect as their Madras chicken. So gather your friends, prepare your stomachs, and head to Bombay House. Just be prepared for a night of delicious food, non-stop laughter, and memories that will make you crave for more than just their mango lassi. Happy, folks. If you're hankering for some righteous Korean BBQ, then you need to sashay on over to Yummy's in Provo. First off, their Korean BBQ is legit. Like, you'll swear you've been transported to Seoul. Their marinated meats are so tender and flavorful, you could chew them with your gums. And let's not forget the banchan side dishes. It's like a party in your mouth, with everything from spicy kimchi to heavenly pickled radishes. Now, let's talk sushi. It's not just some afterthought here, my friends. Their sushi rolls are crafted with the precision of a Swiss watchmaker. The fish is so fresh, it practically jumps off the plate. And the variety. Oh boy, it'll make your head spin. But wait, there's more. They got this ramen barbat straight out of a sci-fi movie. You can watch them whip up your noodles right before your very eyes. It's like a culinary magic show. Now, I know what you're thinking, bet that's all gonna set me back a pretty penny. Nope. Their prices are so reasonable, they'll make your wallet do a happy dance. The ambience. Oh, my goodness. You'll feel like you're dining in a quaint little alleyway in Seoul. Brick walls, starry night ceilings, and the most charming stuff this side of the Pacific. So, whether you're a seasoned kimchi muncher or a sushi newbie, Yummy's has something for everyone. Just make sure to bring your stretchiest pants, cause you're gonna want to eat until you can't breathe. Now, I can't leave without mentioning the occasional hiccup. Their portions might not be as big as a sumo wrestler's, but they're still mighty satisfying. Plus, the last time I went, the kimchi was a bit on the wimpy side. But hey, every restaurant has its off days. Overall, Yummy's is a culinary adventure that'll make your taste buds dance the Gangnam Style. So grab your forks and chopsticks and get ready for a night of Korean BBQ and sushi that'll leave you saying, "YUMMY." Station 22, where the south meets the mountains and the wait times. Hey y'all, come on down to Station 22, where we'll put the fun in dysfunctional with our top-notch southern cooking and friendly service that'll make you forget you're waiting an hour for your food. Let's start with the mac cheese. It's got that perfect, velvety texture and those crunchy bits on top that add a little something something. But honestly, it's like the runner-up in a beauty pageant. It's pretty, but you'd rather spend time with the waffles. Oh, those waffles. They're so fluffy they'll make you think you're dining on a cloud. And that buttermilk syrup, it's like liquid gold. Now, about the service. Our server, Trevin, was a true southern gentleman. He was all smiles and helpfulness, even though he was running around like a chicken with its head cut off trying to serve our party of 19. I mean, we were like a swarm of locusts descending on his poor, defenseless restaurant. But hey, don't let the wait times or the occasional slip up like the time we got a Cobb salad that looked like it had been through a blender get you down. This place has got charm. Just remember, if you're planning on dining here, make sure you bring a good book or your Netflix password because you're gonna be there for a while. And don't forget to try the pickles. They're neither crunchy nor salty, so they're basically the healthy alternative to disappointment. So there you have it, folks. Station 22, where the food is great, the service is heartwarming, and the wait times will make you question the meaning of life. But hey, at least they've got plenty of colourful sodas to keep you entertained while you're waiting. If you're hankering for a breakfast adventure that'll leave you as satisfied as a manatee in a lettuce patch, then True Religion Pancake Steakhouse is your culinary promised land. First up, the pancakes here are not for the faint of heart. They're so big, they could double as manhole covers. And the banana pecan pancakes. Dear heavens. It's like eating a symphony of sweet, nutty goodness, conducted by a choir of angels. Now, let's talk about their steaks. Oh my goodness, these babies are so tender, they'll melt in your mouth like a bad joke. And the bacon. Forget about it. It's like crispy sunshine that'll make you think twice about ever eating lettuce again. But hold on to your napkins, my breakfast comrades. Their chicken fried steak is the holy grail of chicken fried deliciousness. It's crunchy, juicy, and bathed in a gravy that should be declared a national treasure. It's like the greatest party ever, but in your mouth. Oh, and don't forget about their loaded French toasts and gourmet pancakes. They're like a breakfast bacchanal, where your taste buds can indulge in a wild dance of flavors. And that Superman drink, well, it's like drinking liquid joy. It'll make you forget all your troubles, even your mother-in-law's cat's bad breath. The vibe at True Religion is like a classy French cafe on a casual Friday. No need for a tuxedo, just a healthy appetite and a willingness to surrender to the culinary gods. Now, a word of warning, the wait can be longer than a politician's promise, especially on weekends. But trust me, it's worth it. Besides, the wait gives you plenty of time to practice your pancake-eating dance moves. And parking. Well, it's a bit like finding a unicorn in a field of llamas. But hey, that's all part of the adventure, isn't it? So, my fellow breakfast adventurers, gather your squad, embrace your inner foodie, and prepare yourself for a culinary experience that will leave you as happy as a clam eating saltwater taffy. True Religion Pancake Steakhouse. You've got my heart, my stomach, and my eternal Pancake Jones. Moyamo, where Korean street food meets college student budgets. First off, shoot out to Jay, the man, the legend, the attentive server. Dude's got more patience than a kindergarten teacher on Red Bull. Now, let's talk food. Imagine a hot dog, but instead of a boring old Frank, it's a juicy, savory bulgogi bomb. It's like a party in your mouth, minus the awkward dancing and potential lawsuit. The classic toasted sandwich is a game changer. It's like a warm hug disguised as a sandwich. The eggs are cooked to perfection, the bread is crispy enough to make a toddler jealous, and the flavors, well, they're a symphony for your taste buds. And let's not forget the sushi. It's fresh, it's delicious, it's like a tiny work of art made of raw fish and rice. I mean, who needs a painting when you can have a plate of that? Oh, and the prices. They're so low, you'll wonder if they accidentally forgot to add a zero. It's like the restaurant equivalent of finding a hidden treasure, minus the digging and the pirate sword fights. The ambience is cozy and clean, the vibe is totally chill, and the only downside is that the place is so good, you might have to start camping out to get a seat. In the words of the great Mitch Hedberg, Moimo is like a unicorn riding a roller coaster. It's magical and it'll leave you wanting more. Prepare yourself for a culinary adventure that will leave you with a belly full of laughter and a heart full of joy at Locals in Provo. Imagine a charming atmosphere where the servers are so friendly, they'll make you feel like you're dining with your long-lost family. Don't be surprised if they break out into a spontaneous chorus of "I want to eat here forever" while you're ordering your fried pickles. The food is simply divine. The burgers are so juicy, they'll make your mouth water like a dehydrated camel at an oasis. And the fries. Oh my heavens, the fries are like crispy golden pillows that will dance on your tongue. You'll be tempted to order a second plate just to give your taste buds a standing ovation. But beware, my fellow food enthusiasts. The portions are so generous, you might find yourself waddling out of the restaurant like a newborn giraffe. Be prepared to unbutton that top button and let your food baby breathe. Overall, Locals is a place where you can revel in the joy of dining out. It's like a theme park for your palate, complete with roller coasters of flavor and merry-go-rounds of laughter. Just be sure to bring an appetite the size of the Great Salt Lake and a pair of stretchy pants just in case.